y'all, it's your girl Ariza, licensed clinical social worker, test prep guru, your personal hype squad, whatever you need me to be to help you level up and pass that exam. And today I got a banger for you. Yes, I'm loving this series. For those of you who know who I've done private tutoring with or coaching or connected with you in any type of way, you know that there's certain subject areas that I have to really hone in and study hard before I do these videos. So I feel like I'm testing all over again with you guys because I'm telling you, I'm in the trenches. I'm trying to figure out how to simplify it, how to go over topics that you guys are asking for, requesting. And literally, I've had to step aside completely from my private practice to devote the time and energy that you guys are requiring to level up. But it's worth it because yesterday I had 6 people alone in the community pass. Did I have some people who did not succeed? Absolutely. But the difference is I'm rocking out with them until they do. See, that's the thing. They're in their feelings now and they might feel like, oh my God, I didn't pass, I didn't do this, but I got a plan and I'm going to help them if it's the last thing I do. So I'm not even worried about it. Of course, if you did take your exam recently, because some of you are hitting me up in the comment section, some of you are messaging me, DMing me, reaching out to me on all my different platforms and telling me, look, I missed the test, I didn't pass, I didn't do this. Look, guys, all I can tell you to do is invest in yourself. For those of you that are rocking out with me and you have invested and you're like, I still didn't pass, don't worry about it. Timing is everything. Sometimes we want to rush a good thing and we really feel like we need it, we want it, we got to have it in that moment. But sometimes God has a different plan in store for us. And trust and believe, I know that all too well. Like I tell you guys, that one point was a game changer for me. It rocked my soul to the core. I was devastated. I cried like a newborn baby needing a pacifier, a bottle to calm me down for I don't know how long. However, I'm here today. So I'm a living testament that things might not be on your timing, but it's definitely on God's timing. So just brace yourself, wipe off the bruises, because I know it hurts. I know it stings. Oh, some of you guys were 2 points, 3 points, 1 point away, and I heard you. So even though I'm in the community shouting at people who made it in the one and done club and all this other stuff, don't ever forget that I see you, I know who you are, and I got a plan. Just stick with your girl. That's all I got to tell you. I just had to do this for the ones that are out there that didn't get the success that they wanted to, and it hurt like no other. And I just felt in my heart that I had to take a moment before I went into this video and just tell you that I heard you. I haven't spoken to you personally. The time and the availability, my schedule has been like, I can't even explain it. I have literally 10 people to talk to today alone after I record this video and 3 people to do private tutoring with. So my schedule is really tight. But for those of you that are concerned, yes, your girl takes breaks. Yes, I'm all about self-care. I'm all about bettering yourself. I'm all about doing things that make you feel good. So I went on a walk this morning with my dogs. I've been back in the gym doing what I need to do 3 to 5 days a week. I'm getting ready to go on a family trip for about 2 weeks. So I'm going to be recording and doing stuff, but I'm going to be enjoying the family while I'm at it. So trust and believe. I went and seen your girl Beyonce. I'm getting ready to go take my daughters to see Chris Brown. Like I'm living my life. So I don't want you to feel or worry, because some of you have been messaging me like, I hope you're taking care of yourself. And I hope you, trust me, I appreciate the love. God knows I appreciate the love and you guys looking out for me. But I definitely practice what I preach. So I'm making sure I'm taking time to refresh and to give you everything I got. And I can only show up and do that if I'm taking care of myself. So that is what I'm doing. So today we're going to jump into a topic. It's how to study the DSM the right way. A lot of you are studying the DSM or have, picked the DSM. Mine is over there and it's a little raggedy. So I'm not even going to show it in this video. Then again, I might, because it's like my bestie. But the DSM is pretty much what you need to know as a clinician. So if you're studying for your LMSW exam, you can watch this video if you want, because there are some things that are going to be relevant. This is going to be like a 2, maybe 3, maybe a 4-part series. I'm just going to give you a little taste today, and then we're going to take it on, and I want you to continue to follow the series, probably 3-part, on the DSM and how we're going to help you understand, learn it, and memorize it, and not memorize it, but memorize the things you need to know or know where to go to for the things you need. So what to study in the DSM? Like, this is a big, pardon my French, a big book. It's a big book and it has a lot of information in it. And you're like, okay, where do I start? Like, I don't know. I can just Google or go to ChatGPT and figure out what the diagnosis is and break it down for me and make it a little simple. Well, see, it's different than that. And those are tools that you can absolutely use. But I always tell people, if you use AI, you use Google, you still have to have some intelligence. It can only be as intelligent as the person that is utilizing it. So when it comes to the DSM, DSM and diagnosing, yes, it can explain it, but it's nothing like seeing someone in person dealing with a mental illness and being able to pinpoint certain things, because you can't pick up your phone and say, let me put this in and ask chat. You might can, but I wouldn't recommend it. That's like going to the doctor, and I've heard this happen to someone, and the doctor had Chat GPT up and was punching in everything the client said and came up with a diagnosis. All that schooling, all that time, and all that energy that they've invested in bettering themselves and learning and enhancing their education just went out the window. You have to trust yourself, guys, and that's why it's important to understand this DSM. So yes, this is for my target audience, my LMSWs and my LCSWs, more specifically my LCSWs. And I want you to understand in this subject of what we're going over today is what the exam doesn't expect you to know, but what it does. That's the difference. So stop studying the DSM like it's a flashcard deck. Like some people are like, oh, I've been studying DSM and they got all these diagnoses and flashcards and everything else, and they're really trying to hone in and remember everything. Relax, guys. Most people fail the exam because they over memorize and they under apply. Hear me, guys. Over memorize, under apply. Over memorize, under apply. All right, guys, real quick. I'm always talking about the community, the LCSW vibes. We leveling up. And this is the sneak peek of the community. As you can see, it's on and popping. We got a lot happening. I got ethics over here, human development, or study guides that you guys asked me about on the YouTube channels. All right there. Test questions. You just want to level up and learn and see if you can answer those questions. I'm testing your knowledge. Let me go back to the home screen. If you want to learn more about what services I offer and what other things are there, that is where you go to the learning tabs. We leveling up. So why don't you join so you can level up too? You can know so many different things, but if you don't know how to apply it, it doesn't make sense. And I know that's what's happened because I've seen some people who've taken the test as of late, and I'll be honest, I was shocked that they did not pass. Because when I tell you, I'm like, look, I can move back and let them teach some of my sessions. However, I realized that having the knowledge doesn't always benefit or help if you don't know how to apply it when the question comes up. So that is what I focus on, helping you guys apply the knowledge you have. That is the game changer. And that is what's going to take you from passing the exam or not passing the exam. So think about it like this. You don't have to memorize every symptom. There's like over 200 plus diagnoses in the DSM, and you don't have to memorize them all, but you do need to learn how to think when using the DSM because it is a clinical tool. It is a tool that you have to use and you have to understand and you have to know how to maneuver through when you're working with individuals. So when it comes to exam studying and you're preparing for it, don't study like cramming symptoms word for word, highlighting full pages without summarizing stuff, or trying to memorize clusters and forgetting the function of each cluster. It's just a lot, guys. You want to be mindful of how you're spending your time. You want to spend time on, yes, some of those common diagnoses, but not the rare ones. Do you need to know certain diagnoses? You should, just because you're going to be a licensed professional in the mental health field. However, you don't have to know everything for this exam. Like I explained to people, there's a lot that I knew before I took the test, but there's a hell of a lot more I know after I've taken it because I've studied this craft. I've taken time to spend with my DSM. If you don't have to study for exam and worry about succeeding, you can take time out of your day and say, 15, 20 minutes a day, I'm gonna go over depressive disorders just to break it down and make sure I have an understanding of it. You're not rushed against the clock. You don't feel the pressure of needing to succeed for the test, but it's just something you're doing to enhance your skills. So that's more of what you do after you've passed the exam. We'll talk about that another day, another time, another channel. So you want to study, but you want to be able to connect it to the vignettes and the different things that you've seen in your test prep process. So some real exam focus, you want to study like this. DSM focus area. You want to look at the common diagnoses, the ones that show up about 80% of the time. Like you want to look at the case questions, the duration. You want to often look at what separates this one from that one. Like I have a lot of people say, oh my goodness, I don't know the difference between schizophrenia and schizoaffective. Same diagnosis. The symptoms are almost identical. However, that schizoaffective has that mood piece in it. Schizophrenia doesn't, but it's the same time frame, 6 months or more. So when you understand a thing, it's easy to bring it to light without having to do without over studying. So like when it comes to the psychotic disorders, I just memorize in my head, boom, all the symptoms are the same. That's what I tell myself. All the symptoms are the same. There's some subtle changes, but for the most part, all the symptoms are the same in all the major diagnoses. You have brief psychotic, you have schizophreniform, you have schizophrenia, you have schizoaffective. So if I'm looking at those four, let's just stick there for a moment. And I I know out of those 4 that they pretty much have the same criteria, but one has less than 30 days, which is brief. Then one's 30 days to 6 months, which is schizophreniform. And then anything after that 6 month, I already know I can rule out the other 2 because I'm only focusing on schizophrenia and schizoaffective. That is kind of how I'm able to break it down, because I understand that schizophrenia and I understand that schizoaffective are pretty much the same diagnosis. It's just one difference, and that is mood. And I do the same thing with bipolar 1 and 2. Bipolar 1 and 2, same exact symptoms. However, one has manic symptoms. 7 days or more of these symptoms, likely to be hospitalized, boom, I know it's bipolar 1. If I don't see those symptoms in a scenario where the person likely needs to be hospitalized or these symptoms have been ongoing for a week or more, I'm definitely going to know whether it's bipolar 1, if those symptoms are there, or no, it's bipolar 2 because it's a little bit milder and they haven't had a manic episode. So these are the things that you have to know. You don't have to study harder. Just the little tidbit I just given you right now. You can write that on a note card, memorize it, and keep it moving, baby. You don't got to go back and study bipolar 1 or 2 or the other ones. You can do it, but just have an understanding of this is the part that they want me to understand and know for the test. Hey guys, I stopped by to tell you this. You do not have to win alone. Absolutely not. People in the community are winning each and every day. The proof is in the pudding. Go in the community. It's free. We're throwing down test questions, case studies, the FNBM method, all the details and everything you need so you can succeed. Click the link in the bio and join. You don't need to do this alone. See you soon. All right. You also want to look at when to differentiate, like what diagnosis says this versus which diagnosis says that. And so you can differentiate which one is this versus the other. And guess what? Most of you don't know this because you haven't picked up your DSM-5-TR, but it actually has a section in the back that's like differential diagnosis. So if I'm looking at a diagnosis, I can go in the back and see all the differentials, the ones that have common symptoms, but I can rule them out because it has something different than the one that I'm looking at. And it is hella helpful. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, so I don't want you to overstudy every diagnosis. I want you to start with group diagnosis. I want you to start with these major ones. I'm gonna go over some major ones. If you just have to take the DSM, study them really quickly, I want you to go over mood disorders. You wanna look at that depression, that persistent depressive disorder, major depressive disorder, bipolar 1, bipolar 2. You wanna look at the anxiety disorders and like trauma, that generalized anxiety, that panic, that PTSD, that acute stress. These are the things you wanna look for in the anxiety. Then you have that neurodevelopment. You have the autism, and then you have that ADHD. Similarities, you wanna be able to break it down to understand the differences. That disruptive and impulsive disorders, that ODD and conduct seems to really trick people up all the time. That's a different video for another time. But guys, there's a major difference there. All right. And then you also have those personality disorders. Sometimes people get really confused with those cluster Bs. They're like, are they borderline? Are they histrionic? Are they narcissistic? What are they? Those are the things you have to understand. You want to know the difference between someone's borderline and narcissistic. And you might say, oh, that's simple because this. But there are some similarities there. That's why they're all in that cluster B, because they have the erratic symptoms. They have we call the odd and eccentric for that cluster A. So they all have those similarities. That is why it's so important to understand the different clusters. That's how I train and teach my people to understand them, because it lets you lump them together and see the similarities between the diagnoses. Then you can focus on how to differentiate one over the other. That's just another tidbit that I would suggest. Again, this is a 3-part series, so we'll be hitting on some different things that help you really bring this all home. But I just wanted to kind of touch on some things. If you are studying, I want to catch you early in the process just to go over some diagnoses that can help. So you have that obsessive compulsive, that OCD versus OCPD. Ooh, totally different. But a lot of people see that OC part and they just assume that both of them present the same, and they don't. And then you have the psychotic disorder. We already went over the schizophrenia spectrum, so we don't need to touch on that. And then specifically substance related disorders. Like, what does it look like when someone's intoxicated? What does it look like when somebody's withdrawing from a drug? These are the things that you want to understand and be able to recognize when you see those test vignettes, so you'll know how to tackle, how to go in, and how to do what you need to do. All right. I want you to eliminate what it's not. You don't always need to know the right answer. You just need to rule out the wrong ones. It's a lot of times I look at a test question, I'm like, what the heck is that? I haven't seen that in the last 15, 20 years of my profession. I don't know what that is, but I know the other one. So I'm able to use process of elimination effectively by using an educated choice, because I know what something is, although I don't know what the other thing is. So remember also, most wrong answers are close, but you're missing the key criteria. So when you're looking at criteria, I want you to focus on the duration, the age, the context, and the symptom mismatch. Like, what are some of the symptoms that you're seeing and how does it look? All right. What would this not be is a question you can ask yourself when you're really trying to figure it out. So basically, guys, stop memorizing signs and symptoms, start creating scenarios. Like choose 2 to 3 diagnoses per study session. If you're studying the DSM section, use 2 to 3 of them. That is it. I have this game changer right here that I've been using for my people, and I just feel like I gotta share it with you guys real quick, because some of them use it, some of them probably haven't, but it is my DSM dashboard. I had this built just for my course members, and the reason why I like it is because it really helps hone in on these heavy diagnoses that we're just like, oh my God, where do I start? What do I do? What do I need to know? Like we're freaking out. I see you guys freaking out all the time, so don't look at me like why I'm acting like that, because you guys be freaking out. All right, so this is my DSM dashboard. But before I get into that, let me tell you guys, the community is lit. If you're not in the community, you missing it. Go to the comment section of this video or go to the description of this channel. Click on www.arizahillman, all one word, ARISZA. Yes, it's an S and a Z and an A, Hillman, HILLMAN.com. That is where you go. And at the top, you're going to see join the community. Just click that button right there. When you click that button right there, join the community, you're going to tap in with some like-minded individuals. I don't care if you go in there just to steal the cheat sheets, because some of you be DMing me, can I get the cheat sheet, please? Can I get the cheat sheet, please? If you feel that cheat sheet is going to help save you and make you pass that test, you join this community now and get your cheat sheet. That's what you do. But for those of you that are tapping in and want a little bit of more investment, a little bit more time, a little bit more coaching, a little bit more support, that is where you go. You can also go to that page and click on services and go to test prep, and you'll see everything that I offer. Your girl is offering it all, because I want you to level up. I don't care if you need individual. I don't care if you need group. I don't care if you need solo. It don't matter what you need or what you feel you need for the test. I got you. And if you're not sure, at the top, it says schedule a consult, free consultation right there at the top of the same website. I'm not going to share the website, but I want you guys to go to it. And if you go to it, you'll see free consultation. That's when you click on it. And those are for individuals that just want to tap in a little bit more and figure out what it is they need, or tell me a little bit more about what their journey has been thus far, so I can help them understand where they need to go from here. And the reason why I'm emphasizing that is because the community has gotten so large. I have went back and forth with my IT and my partners that help me kind of do the things behind the scenes. Like, do I need to block it off because we're hitting that 1,000 mark? And it's more of a private community. It's not like a Facebook community. A community that has like 5,000, 50,000, 30,000. It's a very close-knit community. It is a lot of engagement, a lot of interaction in there. So I don't want to overwhelm the people, but I want to provide them what they need. So we wrestle with, should we close it off at a certain amount? The verdict is still out on that. So I just recommend you join it. We're probably about less than 100 people away, less than a few hundred people away from hitting that 1,000 mark. So we'll likely be there within the next few days, probably by the time this video posts, to be honest. But I'm not sure if I'm going to cut it out there. But I will say the same thing with my calls. I used to talk to everybody. Some of you guys call me and you just want me to talk to you before your exam. Unfortunately, due to the demand and due to my time and me being really serious about taking time for myself and my family and doing what I need to do, I'm unable to do those calls. So these calls are very strategic. They're for individuals who know they want to invest in themselves. They're just not sure how to do it. And I have to be very strategic, because I would spend 8 hours of my day on the phone with people who just want me to motivate them before their test. And that's really good, guys. But I got motivational videos, I got reels, I got shorts, I got all that stuff in the community, in the course, all of the stuff that you can get that for absolute free. So even a snippet of the course for free, not the course for free, but a snippet of it. Are you studying for the LCSW or LMSW exam? Don't waste time on the wrong prep. Try my test prep program for free with a full module that gives you the real strategies, the real practice, and real results. Plus, you get access to my exclusive test prep community where you'll find support, study material, and accountability. No risk, no stress, just results. Click the link in the bio so you can get ready to win with the winning team. All right, so I just thought I'd stop and tell you that. I just had that on my heart and mind. I had to share that with you real quick. You guys can say I have ADHD and I'm off track, but it is what it is. As long as you get what you need so you can level up and pass this exam. So right here is the diagnostic dashboard. As you can see, this right here. Some of you guys, I talked long enough, you won't even hear me. You were just taking your phone and taking pictures of it. I know it, but it's okay because it's only anxiety disorders. But at the bottom here, my people are getting bipolar disorders. They're getting depressive disorders. They're getting disruptive disorders, dissociative, whatever they need. And you don't need all this, but these right here, this anxiety disorder, you need to know it. Bipolar disorders, you need to know it. Depressive disorders, you need to know it. So this is what I want you to understand. It's a way to study a thing. So here it has the diagnosis, major depressive. These right here, just the major things you need to know about major depressive. These are the treatments. These are the medications. Look at that. You guys thought I don't talk about medications. It's all up in here in the dashboard. So I want you guys just to recognize there are very simplified ways to study and understand and know a thing. And this is one of the tools that I have in there to really help people level up. Pretty much everyone in my boot camp and everyone in my course gets this. So if you're in the boot camp and you're in the upcoming one in August or September, say, look, where my dashboard at? I got you. Those are the only two groups of individuals that get it. Any type of coaching, private coaching, group coaching, anything like that. Because I just believe when people make a small investment in themselves, I'm taking you all the way to where you need to be. And I'm going to give you all the tools. So that is just what I do for my people that are in the course and in the coaching community or in the boot camp. So the boot camp is still going on, guys. August and September dates are there. Go to the same website /bootcamp and you'll be able to see and enroll. It'll be up there until it's sold out. People are really purchasing it, but I do know by August, the first week in August, roughly we have to cut it off because I know we'll pretty much be at capacity or by the end of this month. So I'll keep you guys posted. Just check that website and I'll make sure I keep it up to date. But back to what I was actually sharing with you guys about this cheat sheet and all this good stuff. You guys know what it is you need. You have the information you need to know for the DSM. There's many different resources and things out there. So I want you to understand, just study 2 to 3 high yielding diagnoses a day. Read and rephrase the criteria. Make your own case examples. Focus on the duration, the stress, the impairment. Do practice questions. Use process of elimination. These are the things that I would do to really study and to really level up. Learn to study the DSM with strategy is likely going to be the next topic that I go over and breaking it down a little bit more. And I might throw in a cheat sheet, who knows? But make sure in the meantime, you like this page, you like this video, you subscribe, and I'm ready to help you level up, guys. Thanks for sticking with your girl today. I hope this video was hella helpful and stay with the series because I got more coming.